Secretary of State had you as suspended or revoked. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs. We're going to be arraigning you all at the same time, so please just don't speak unless we're talking to you about your case. The only other thing I would explain to you ahead of time is this. You can plead guilty right now in front of me, but if you plead guilty in front of me, you have to plead guilty as charged. I can't make plea deals with you. It would just be fines and costs. But if what you were looking to do was explain this to someone or ask for a lesser charge or try to work out a plea deal, that might be possible, but not today. You'd have to wait till next time where there's a prosecutor. So you would actually plead not guilty today. That does mean you'd have to come back at least one more time, but then next time you come back, you'd be talking to someone from the prosecutor's office. That's who can wheel and deal with you. All right, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Selleck. You're able to hear me?
Yes, I am able to hear you.
All right, so this says that on or about May 9th of this year on East Allegan Street in the city of Otsego, you had a driving while license suspended. You also have a ticket for expired plate. That ticket is not punishable by any amount of jail time, but it is punishable by additional fines and costs. Do you understand both of your charges?
Yes, I do.
Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty at this time?
Not guilty.
And should this go all the way to trial, are you looking to have trial in front of a jury or in front of a judge?
Yes.
Which one? It's your choice.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
It's your choice whether you'd have trial by jury or trial by judge if it goes all the way to that.
Jury is fine.
Okay. And you would continue to represent yourself for free like you are today, or you could always hire an attorney. I'm going to give you a $300 PR bond or personal recognizance. That means you don't owe any money. We're essentially just trusting you that you'll keep coming back to court. But it is no driving without a valid driver's license. You understand and agree to that?
Yes.
Good address for you on William Street?
Yes.
Then you are all set. Both of these things will be up on that next court date. You'll get a chance to talk to someone from the prosecutor's office, hopefully resolve your matters. That date will get sent out to you in the mail with the Zoom instructions, but you are all set. You can go ahead and go.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
Mr. Barry, you're able to hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
File 231518ST. I'm going to read it to you. It says that on May 10th of this year on M222, there in Watson Township, Allegan County, State of Michigan, that you had a driving while license suspended. You feel like you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to this charge at this time?
Guilty.
Anybody force you or threaten you to make you plead guilty?
No, sir. It's pretty cut and dry.
All right, and you're pleading guilty to this because you believe you are guilty of this?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle here in Allegan County back on May 10th?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, was Secretary of State had you as either suspended or revoked?
Yes.
So I do find that that's a factual basis where I can accept your plea and that your plea is knowing and voluntary. Like I said, it will just be fines and costs at this point. What we mean by that is a $250 fine. With that is $200 in statutory costs, crime victims' rights fee of $75, and estate costs of $50. That's a total of $575. I'm going to write right on here. You have 90 days to pay that. If you need more time than that, that's okay, but you'd have to call the court separately and get put on a payment plan, all right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're all set. You can go.
All right. Thank you.
Ms. Spatiata, this is file 231491ST. You're able to hear me?
Yes.
This says that on May 9th of this year on 129th Avenue in Wayland Township, that you were driving with your license suspended. Do you feel like you understand the charge?
I do.
And do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to that charge at this time?
Not guilty.
And if this goes all the way to trial, do you wish the trial to be in front of a jury or in front of a judge?
Judge.
Okay, you could continue to represent yourself for free, or you could always hire an attorney. I'm going to give you that same $300 PR bond. You feel like you understand what that means?
I do.
no driving without a valid driver's license. Is this a good good address for you on Mallard Point?
Yes.
Then you are all set. You will get your next court date and the Zoom instructions for courtroom B in front of Judge Belargin sent out to you in the mail, but you are all good for today's date. You can go ahead and go.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Cervantes, you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This says that on May 9th of this year, on 135th Avenue in Wayland Township, that you were driving while license suspended. Do you feel like you understand that charge?
No, not yet. Excuse me, I'm his son, Juan Cervantes. Do you have an interpreter?
Yes. Can you interpret it for him? It's a lot faster.
All right, I guess if you have your interpreter. All right, then. Can you repeat what you said?
I just need to know whether he wants to plead guilty or not guilty at this time.
All right, then. ¿Es como culpable o no culpable? No, porque yo dije que estoy sacando, sacarle mi licencia. O te piden así que después de qué pasó ese tiempo, fue como culpable o no culpable. Sí. Guilty.
All right. Did anyone force him or make him plead guilty?
No, I'm just trying to do what he said, like he says pretty much. Like it said he's in this moment is culpable. Right? Yeah, that's what he says, guilty.
All right. Does he want the interpreter?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I'll
it wouldn't hurt to have. Thank you, please. Back on interpreter.
Welcome to Language Line Solutions. Please enter your 6-digit client ID. For Spanish, press 1. For other. Hello, thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. This is Miriam Chane, ID number 253382, and I will be your Spanish interpreter. I am proud to serve you, and this call may be monitored for training and for quality assurance purposes. How may I assist you today?
We are doing an arraignment in court for a misdemeanor crime. Madam Interpreter, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I do.
I'll now be addressing Mr. Pedro Cervantes. You are Mr. Cervantes.
Ahora
Sí.
estaré dirigiéndome al señor Pedro Cervantes. ¿Usted Pedro Cervantes?
Sí, yo soy Pedro Cervantes.
All right.
Yes, I am Pedro Cervantes.
This says that on May 9th of this year, on 135th Avenue, here in Allegan County, Michigan, he was driving a vehicle while his license privileges were suspended or revoked. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days and or $500 fines and costs. Does he understand that charge?
Aquí dice que Mayo estaba manejando en el 103 Nidas y estaba usted manejando
Sí.
con una licencia suspendida, lo que es un delito menor grado con un castigo posible de hasta 93 días de prisión y $500 de pagos y multas. ¿Está usted consciente de esto?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he wish to plead guilty or not guilty to that charge at this time?
¿Desearía declararse culpable o no culpable ante este cargo en este momento?
Pues es que ya le mandé la evaluación al juez de la licencia de Secretaría del Estado, pero no me ha contestado el juez. Pero soy culpable, pues.
I already sent the evaluation of the license to the judge, but the judge hasn't responded. But I am guilty, well.
All right. Has anybody forced or threatened him to make him plead guilty?
¿Alguien lo ha amenazado o lo está obligando a que usted se declare culpable?
No, nadie.
No, no one.
And is he pleading guilty to this because he believes he is guilty of this?
¿Y se está usted declarando culpable porque usted cree que es culpable?
Pues sí, pues no traía licencia.
Well, yes,
Estoy en
didn't
trámites.
carry my license at the time. I'm still in the middle of getting it.
All right. Were you operating a motor vehicle here in Allegan County on this date in May 9th?
¿Está usted operando un vehículo motorizado en esta fecha, el 9 de mayo?
¿Cómo? No le entendí.
What I didn't understand.
Were you driving a vehicle here in Allegan on May 9th of this year?
¿Está usted manejando un vehículo aquí en Allegan el mayo de este año?
Sí,
Yes.
And were your driving privileges suspended or revoked at that time?
¿Y sus privilegios de manejo estaban suspendidos o habían sido revocados en ese momento?
sí, yo sabía que estaba revolcada. Que nomás la andaba jalando.
Yes, it had been revoked. I was just trying it out.
All right. So I do find that as a factual basis to accept his plea, and that his plea is knowing and voluntary. It will just be fines and costs at this point.
Muy bien, yo encuentro que es una base de hechos suficiente como para aceptar su declaración de sentencia como una declaración voluntaria y con conocimiento. Por el momento solamente serán multas y costos del juicio juzgado.
It's a total of $575. I'm going to give him 90 days to pay that. If he needs more time than that, he needs to call the court and ask for more time. Does he understand?
Van a ser $575. Le voy a dar 90 días para poder realizar este pago. Si usted necesita más tiempo que eso para poder hacer el pago, necesita usted llamar al juzgado y solicitar más tiempo.
Okay.
You're all set. We're going to go ahead and dismiss you. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Ya quedó todo listo, ya se puede retirar. Thank you and thank you for using our services.
You can let
Okay.
in.
Gracias.
All right, I have someone on the telephone here from phone number ending in 0769. What's your name, please?
Tyler Tanzillo.
You're in the right place. Just hold on a second till we pull all these files for everybody.
Okay.
All right, on the Samsung, I need you to take your hat off because you're in court and then tell us what your name is.
Clayton James Ulch Jr.
Okay. And then, well, we got one last person, but Victoria Clore, I don't have your name on my sheets. Who is it that's supposed to be in court today?
Serenity Puente.
I do have that name. Okay, so you are all here for what we call show cause cases, meaning that actually, Ms. Puente, yours was taken off. Did you send it in?
Yes, Your Honor. She sent in her certificate of completion.
She's all set. You can just go ahead and hang up. You're all
Excellent. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right. So like I was saying, you're here on show causes, which means you had, these court cases are already over, but there's some part of the sentencing that we have not completed yet. That's what we need to talk about. We'll start with you. Ms. Cobb, you able to hear me?
Yes.
Ms. Cobb, this is, you did not send in proof of victim impact panel.
I have it. I can just mail it to the district?
Yes, in other words, you could just send that in as an email, take a picture of it, send it in as a text to the district court. And as soon as we see that, then you're all set, all right?
Can I have the number for the district court to send it on through a text?
Sure, but you're gonna wanna call them, so they'll give you one of their phone numbers, 673-0400.
6737.
I'm sorry, so it's area code 269-673-0400.
04. All
And
right.
you're just looking for a way to send them proof, and as soon as we get that proof, we'll be all set. So what I'm gonna do today is just kick it down the road for 90 days, but hopefully we'll get that proof and then close it out, all right?
Okay.
Other than the money, you gotta still pay that too, all right?
Okay.
All right, you're all set then, you can go ahead and go.
Thank you.
All right, Kyler, you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
All right, looks like same thing. We're mostly done here on fines and costs, but what you haven't sent in is your proof of attending that marijuana education. So do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we paid, this is his aunt, his guardian, and he did, dang it, shut off. He did the classes online and they were paid for. We didn't
Okay,
know
but
that there
we
had
just-
to be something.
Yeah,
we
they
didn't know
give
there
you
had to
a
be something
little
sent in.
certificate at the end of that. You have to send that proof into court. Otherwise, it's just you
Oh.
saying you did it, all right?
Okay, we weren't aware of that. Also, the community service was not completely finished because Kyler was in Hurley Children's Medical Center in Flint for almost 3 weeks.
All right, well, like I said, the thing that we're looking for here was those certificates that you completed those classes. So same thing, I'm gonna adjourn this for 90 days for you to send that proof in, all right?
Okay, perfect. We'll make sure we get that right to you, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set. All right,
right, thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Butch, you able to hear me?
Yes,
This
Your Honor.
is more about fines and costs. You have an outstanding balance on this, a little over 29,000. It seems like the court just has not heard from you in a while. Were you ever making payments?
Now, Your Honor, I thought they were taking, I have 2 wage garnishments coming out of my check. I thought that's been going towards that. And I thought I mailed 3 money orders a month into Allegan, and I thought one of those was applying to it too. Because it was
All
at
right.
29 and I'm down to 28. I know I haven't paid a lot on it.
Well, then do the same thing. What I'm gonna do is just kick this down the road for 90 days. When we're done here, just call right back to the district court. You wanna talk to Mary Jo. And if you already garnished, they just need to hook this file onto there and straighten out that you do have some money coming in on this, and then you should be all set, all right?
Okay, now just in case if it's not going towards that, then I can just start a payment plan.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as long as you start making some kind of payments on this case, you don't even have to come back to that next court date in 90 days. We just need you to start paying towards it, all right?
I will definitely pay payment on next week. For sure.
All right, you're all set,
Thank
then
you.
you can go ahead and go.
Thank you.